Guys, I will be dictating two passages every day, one general and one legal. So subscribe to my channel for latest updates. 5 seconds. Acknowledging the urgency of the matter, the Supreme Court has made a much needed intervention to advance the hearing of the Delhi riot cases by almost 6 weeks. On February 27, the Delhi High Court had adjourned till April 13 the hearing of a public interest litigation seeking FIRs against BJP leaders for their allegedly insightful speeches. The High Court bench passed its order a day after another bench headed by Justice S. Muralidhar had expressed anguish over the police's failure to register the FIRs and asked the Delhi police chief to take a conscious decision on it by February 27. Justice midnight transfer to the Punjab and Haryana High Court, followed by the adjournment, had raised many an eyebrow. The Apex Court has rightly observed that putting off proceedings for such a long period was neither necessary nor justified. On its part, the central government has acquitted itself poorly by agreeing to discuss the riots in Parliament only next week, ignoring the opposition's demand for an immediate debate. With the international community closely following the developments, India's democratic credentials are at stake. The UK has reiterated its concern over the CAA, while the US Commission on International Religious Freedom is giving a serious thought to downgrading India in terms of religious liberty. The global perception of rising intolerance has been reinforced by the annual report of pro-democracy organization Freedom House, which notes that India has recorded the largest drop in its political rights and civil liberties score among the 25 most populous democracies because of the government's alarming departures from democratic norms. The anti-CAA application filed by the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights in the Supreme Court is another bolt from the blue. The government has been dismissive of international opinion on contentious issues, be it the Kashmir lockdown or the CAA, NRC, NPR, but the internal affairs argument has proved to be a mere fig leaf to conceal a divisive agenda. Lack of confidence building measures is undermining India's diplomatic clout as well as the government's credibility. For a start, swift action should be taken against the perpetrators and abettors of the violence in the capital. A catapult was allegedly placed on the rooftop of a 3-storied building housing a school at Shiv Vihar, one of the deeply impacted areas, and used to shoot stones and bricks and fire Molotov cocktail on another school. We cannot lose sight of the fact that unless there is an error apparent on the face of the record, these review applications are not required to be entertained. We may also note that the application under Section 340 of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 partly emanates from an aspect which has been dealt with in our order passed today on the application for correction of the order filed by the Union of India. We have elaborately dealt with the pleas of the learned counsel for the parties in our order dated 14/12/2018 under the heads of decision making process, pricing and offsets. However, before proceeding to deal with these aspects, we had set out the contours of the scrutiny in matters of such a nature. It is in that context we had opined that the extent of permissible judicial review in matters of contract, procurement, etc. would vary with the subject matter of the contract, and that there cannot be a uniform standard of depth of judicial review which could be understood as an across the board principle to apply to all cases of award of work or procurement of goods / material. In fact, when two of these writ petitions were listed before the court on 10/10/2018, we had embarked on a limited inquiry despite the fact that we were not satisfied with the adequacy of the averments and the material in the writ petitions. It was the object of the court to satisfy itself with the correctness of the decision making process. We cannot lose sight of the fact that we are dealing with a contract for aircrafts which was pending before different governments for quite some time, and the necessity for those aircrafts has never been in dispute. We had thus concluded in para 34, noticing that other than the aforesaid three aspects, this court did not consider it appropriate to embark on a roving and fishing inquiry. We were, however, cautious to note that this was in the context of the writ petition filed under Article 32 of the Constitution of India, the jurisdiction invoked. Para. In the course of the review petitions, it was canvassed before us that reliance had been placed by the government on patently false documents. One of the aspects is the same as has been dealt with by our order passed today on the application for correction and does not call for any further discussion.